If you're watching this video, it's Wednesday, and if you're watching me speak right now, I am in Blackpool. That means you're either here or you're on your way. And these are my 9 most important pro tips to the Blackpool Magic Convention. So number 1, my biggest tip for any magic convention in the world is I call it deck down. And I've been doing this for literally 10-15 years since my first convention. It's when a magician shows you a trick, put your goddamn deck down. Stop playing with your cards. When they show you a piece of magic, don't just sit there. A lot of people do this, right? They get shown a trick in a magic convention and the magician is performing to them, and you'll watch it. You can watch the moment in the person's eyes where the spectator will glaze over because they just cannot wait to show them a trick back, or they see the move that the magician does and goes at the move, and then doesn't react to like the cool like reveal that the magician's been working on for ages, where it could be using some sort of like special inks or gimmicks. So put your deck down. When a magician shows you a trick, put your deck down on the table and give them the decency to watch it as a layman. Don't just go glazed eyes over because you can't wait. You know, there's nothing more worse than when you speak to someone, you meet someone, and they just can't wait for you to finish talking so they can start talking again. And that's what happens so often with magicians. They don't put their bloody deck down on the table or in their pocket and experience the magic that a magician is trying to share with them completely unfiltered. So my first and biggest rule for all magic conventions worldwide, and it has been for years, is give your fellow magicians the space to perform to you and give them the respect to just literally watch and enjoy their magic. And it's the best tip. It'll serve you the best for any convention wherever you go to all over the world, and it'll help you make better friends there. Okay, the second tip for Blackpool specifically, it's just come on the news now that there's a storm coming in. I think it's called like Storm Eunice and another name. Blackpool is notoriously windy, like frosty, icy winds that come in off the coast. For anyone that hasn't been there before or is flying in from overseas, it's notoriously cold on the warm years. Like, I mean, icy cold. So this year, wrap up warm, bring some waterproof clothes. But my number 1 tip for Blackpool is to wear gloves. My hands are fairly dry as a rule, but those icy winds will dry out your hands, and there's nothing worse than trying to perform magic and you just don't have the dexterity to do so because your hands are so cold and frozen. So bring a pair of gloves. No one cares what you look like. You don't have to dress like you're going to perform at the Luxor in Las Vegas. Just wear some gloves, protect your skin, and you'll be able to do better magic for it. Number 3, the best magic you'll see is not usually from the biggest name magicians. And what I mean by this is that every time I go to a convention, the best tricks that I see are from people that I've never met before. So you'll see all the big name magicians and they do great magic as always, but there's always some hidden rising stars or just undiscovered gems of people that will come up to you and just show you the most insane magic. Like the last Blackpool I was at, I met so many magicians, but one that stands out for me was Danny Urbanus, who does the Lazy Man's, the Lazy Man's penetrations with the straw and the pencil or the Sharpie and the rubber band. And he showed me just all the variations of that from start to finish. And, you know, for me, I'd never met him before, never heard of him before. And now everyone knows who he is. He's had some big releases, and he's a genius. So what I mean by this is, go and introduce yourself to new people. Don't be afraid. Don't just think, oh, I don't know who they are. I only want to go and hang out with the pros. Like, it used to be a name for this. We used to call it pro hos, where people just only want to hang out with magicians that have a name. But I think I haven't actively done that, but I've hung out with magicians who have names. I have hung out with people who don't have any names, and I guarantee it, the people that don't have a name yet or undiscovered yet, normally are the guys who are the hungriest and they have the best magic to share. So I'm always want to meet new people. I always want to hang out with them. I don't really give a shit about if you've got a name for yourself, that sort of stuff. I'm not like a celebrity chaser person. I just fucking love magic and I want to see the best magic possible every time I'm at a convention. So my third tip is is don't go chasing. Obviously, if you want to go get autographs of people that you know and love, then go and do that. But if you want to see the real good stuff, then I always say go and hang out with the people that go make new friends. Go and introduce yourself to people that you've never heard of before, never seen before, and you will not be disappointed. Off the back of tip number 3, tip number 4 is very similar, and it's just it's to make an effort to introduce yourself, and I'm confident to do that now, but I never used to be. I remember being like a teenager, super young, going to my first convention down in Gloucester, the Session Convention, and being utterly terrified. And also I was super bad at magic, and I didn't want to show anyone anything. I had I'd been working in my bedroom on like one routine for a year straight, that as soon as I did show someone, I fucked it up. But each time you introduce yourself to someone, each time you show someone something new, you get a bit better at it, and those nerves alleviate a little bit. And I think it's so important that to just break out of your comfort zone. Even if you see a group of magicians, maybe you think, oh, these people I could kind of fit in with, maybe the same age range, or they have, they're all doing coin magic, and you like coin magic, and you're in similar interests. Go and say, if at the very least, just go and say, hey, do you mind if I come and join you? If you see me and you don't know anybody at the convention, and you really want to find a group to hang out with, then come and say, hey man, seen your video, do you mind if I come and join you? And I will absolutely say, come on in, grab a seat, let's have a session together. So my 4th tip is, and I know it's really hard, and I've been there, it's so crippling sometimes to have anxiety when you don't want to introduce yourself to a group, but I'm gonna be there. Come up and say hey, and I will welcome you with open arms, and we'll just start showing some stuff, and I will be your spectator. If you want to practice a routine out, then please come up to me and say, hey Lloyd, can I show you something I've been working on? And I will give you all the time in the world, and I'll give you my full undivided attention, and we'll just have a blast. And once you've done it once, once you've done it twice, every single time it becomes so much easier to do. So tip number 4 is, life starts on the edge of your comfort zone. Introduce yourself to some people, and once you've done it, you'll be on your way. And if you really are struggling, come and find me, and we'll hang out. Tip number 5. This is a bit of a different one for me, but tip number 5 is don't get too drunk. Don't go to bed too late. Don't do too much excess of anything really. I'm sober. I don't drink anymore, but I've been to so many conventions where I have been drunk, and I've essentially missed the best stuff at the convention because I think having the party is too much fun, or I sleep in too late, so I'm in too much of a lay-in, and you miss all the good stuff at the conventions and the lecture. So my tip is, I'm going to be getting up early, and hopefully if the weather's not too bad, I'm going to be doing early morning runs down the seafront, just small 5Ks and stuff, but I'm going to be doing that so that I'm fresh and ready to go and see all the lectures early. And if it was the old Lloyd, then I'd be getting drunk till 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, not going to bed, and missing the lectures, feeling like crap. And listen, even if you're not drinking and you're just staying up super late and you're exhausted, it's really cool to do that, but also the best times I've had at conventions is when I've had the most energy, and I've just been slightly more sensible than I used to be. So I know it's a bit of a boring tip, but this one really helps. It's just try to go to bed, even if it's 3 a.m. And get up. Just try and have 6, 7 hours sleep at least, and then experience the convention. So it's a slightly boring one, but it's served me very, very well. Tip number 6. Download the Blackpool Magic Convention app. Head to the App Store. There's going to be a pop-up on the screen right now. You'll see it in the link below. It's developed by Joshua Riley, the developer of Cognito. Genius. He has made the Blackpool Magic Convention app, and it's so good this year. It's so interactive. It'll help you find all the dealer stands. It'll help you find the lectures that you want to go and see. It'll also give you a warning notification when the lectures are about to start, so you can head there. It'll give you maps and directions to it, so you really can plan with accuracy and precision how you want to enjoy your Blackpool through the Blackpool Magic Convention app. Tip number 7, and this is a bit of a different one because now everything's mainly contactless, but tip number 7, always check your change. Check the coins in your change, because every now and then, so they say, you may find a coin unique in your change from the chip shop. Basically, magicians accidentally spend coin gimmicks especially when they've had a few drinks at Magic conventions. And more than once I've met someone that has been given coin gimmicks in their change. Now, unfortunately, this is very difficult to give them back because you don't know who the hells they are. So it's probably better to just keep it if you get it, but always check your change at Blackpool. Tip number 8, it's the Ruskin. This Blackpool, for me, is in two halves. It's the convention, where you have the dealer's hall, you have the lectures, you have the Winter Gardens area and everything, and you have the Ruskin. The Winter Gardens with all the dealer's hall, the lectures, and the gala shows is where the convention is. Everything else happens at the Ruskin. And the Ruskin, for me, well, they're both good in both different ways. Like the dealer's hall and the lectures are amazing, the gala shows are amazing. But the Ruskin is where the jams happen. It's where you just let loose and you meet old friends, you meet new friends, and you show each other what you've been working on and start jamming, and that's where you can stay up late. So if you don't know where the Ruskin is, it's the 2 streets behind the Winter Gardens. Because I always find it sad. I've met a handful of people, not many, but I've met a few people that have been to Blackpool and didn't go to the Ruskin. That's not a joke. So the Ruskin is 50% of the Blackpool Magic Convention in terms of where you should be spending your time. Tip number 9 for Blackpool Magic Convention is Friday night, 11 p.m. after the gala show at the Old Victoria Bar. Come to see the Magic Podcast live with myself and Craig Petty. It's going to be an experience to be remembered. But we're doing a live podcast. As you know, me and Craig both present the Magic Podcast. The Blackpool Magic Convention, thanks to Russ Stevens and thanks to Rich Relish to suggesting it, have invited us to do the Magic Podcast live. It's late night, Friday night. It's going to kick off the weekend, really. Come along, come and say hi. We're going to have some fun, have some games, and there will be blood. I'm going to guarantee there will be blood. So tip number 9, come along to the Magic Podcast live special event with myself, Craig Petty, and all of you beautiful people. So that's it. That's my 9 pro tips to the Blackpool Magic Convention. Today is Wednesday. You're watching this Wednesday. If you're watching this video, that means I'm already in Blackpool right goddamn now. This video has been uploaded to you from the past and the future at exactly the same time. It's scissored in time and you're watching it through your screen. I can't wait to see you. It's been too bloody long. Come up, come and say hello. Let's hang out. I've missed all of you. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button because tomorrow there's a live piece of magic going up where a psych force is shown and taught. And Sunday we're going live from Blackpool. And if you want to, you are more than welcome to come and be live and involved on the live Sunday special. I'm going to be using probably my phone to stream it from somewhere I can find Wi-Fi. But if you're there and you want to be involved, come and get on screen with the rest of the guys. Then you're going to be involved in the live Sunday special from Blackpool. I can't wait. Come and see me there. It's going to be a wild one this year. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see when the live video goes online. Because it could not exactly be 5 p.m. And until then, until next time, folks, until tomorrow, I'll see you very soon.